Let's go ahead and take a look at some highlights from the Philadelphia Union versus New York Red Bulls game. This game ends 0-0, so no goals to break down, but about 5 or 6 chances by the Union. We'll take a look at 5 saves by Andrew Rick, who got his third start of the season, replacing Oliver Zemler, who gave up 4 goals to the Chicago Fire on Wednesday night. So Andrew Rick back in net for the Union. And we'll take a look at a huge chance in the 86th, 87th minute by the Red Bulls that they should have put in the back of the net and came away with a point. But this first chance we're going to see here comes courtesy of Jack McGlynn. This is an excellent ball out wide by Jack Elliott, splitting the midfield of New York Red Bulls into Daniel Gazdag. Only 2 players for the Union, so Gazdag's just going to go ahead and slow this down into Jack McGlynn. McGlynn's going to go into Kai Wagner. Wagner with a pass into Daniel Gazdag, and this is good defense here by Reyes, forces Gazdag to reset. And there's an excellent save there by Carlos Cornell on a Jack McGlynn first-time shot from outside the 18-yard box. We saw Jack on Wednesday night score outside the box against Chicago Fire, and he almost had one here against the Red Bulls, but this is an excellent save. I want to point out, though, the defense here by Andres Reyes does an excellent job. You know, as a defender, when you're defending against the attacker, you always want to force them away from the goal. And so Daniel Gazdag can't turn towards goal, doesn't really have any other option, so he has to reset this play. So this is really, really good defense here by New York Red Bulls. And you can see just all the other defenders and the midfielders are all focused on Gazdag, and so because of that, Gazdag is able to turn and just play this ball backwards outside the 18-yard box to Jack McGlynn, and he hits his first time. Just good hold-up play here by Gazdag, and that's an excellent save there by Cornell. Like I said, we saw McGlynn score a goal outside the 18 against Chicago on Wednesday. Almost had his second one there in 2 games. This is a great ball out wide to Leon Flock from McGlynn, and Daniel Gazdag's got to do a better job putting that on target. Split second, fine margins Jim Curtin always talks about, and that's exactly what this game was. Excellent pass out wide by Jack McGlynn, and you can see, look, nobody closes him down quick enough for New York Red Bulls, and so he receives that throw-in by Kai Wagner. He's able to take a touch, pick his head, and just see the options he has inside the 18-yard box, and you can see there's 4 Union players inside the 18 with the 3 defenders of New York Red Bulls, and so the Union have a 4-on-3 advantage, and the ball that Jack McGlynn plays to the back post, that Leon Flock wins a header over Tolkien, and then he heads it back to Daniel Gazdag. This is just a inch-perfect pass by McGlynn. Beautiful header back, and then, that split second there, nobody closes down the ball, and Daniel Gazdag has got to do a better job putting this one on target. The chances weren't many in the first half for the Union, but I would argue that was their biggest. So again here, a switch of play by Jack McGlynn, who was excellent all game long, in my opinion. Created a ton of chances for the Union. It's a right-footed passer by Kai Wagner, by the way, and Chris Donovan can't put that one on target. But again, just good ball movement by the Union, going from right to left, and it was from the Union's 2 best creators. Jack McGlynn, beautiful ball out. Great touch here by Kai Wagner, and he's going to use his right foot, which is not his dominant foot, and that's an excellent ball. Good defense by Tolkien, and Chris Donovan gets a free header and can't put that on target. Huge chance there for the Union. So the last chance for them before the half comes courtesy of Ty Baribo. Again, Jack McGlynn with a great ball in here into Chris Donovan. He does a good job here to get by Andres Reyes, and it's a block there by Tolkien, and block again, and it was a beautiful pass by Chris Donovan there, and unfortunately, the Union weren't able to get that in the back of the net. So, at the start of the second half, we can see here, this one comes off of a throw-in, and this is bad defending by Red Bulls on the throw-in. Dylan Nealis, who's playing as the right back here, you can see in the right touch line, leaves only 3 defenders back for New York Red Bulls, and you can see just as soon as that ball is thrown in, a lot of space for Jack McGlynn to run into, and then he has the run of Quinn Sullivan, Daniel Gazdag, so a lot to work with for the Union on this throw-in. The Red Bulls catch a huge break here that this doesn't wind up in the back of the net. Outside of the boot pass by McGlynn, and Cornell comes up with a big save. There's another big save there by Cornell. I want to go ahead and just replay that one more time. There's that chance there that we saw right before the end of the first half, but this pass by Jack McGlynn right here, it's got to be better right there by Daniel Gazdag. Doesn't take the greatest touch, and that touch really takes him out because the positioning here is all right by Cornell. he takes away the angle of the far post. But I think if Daniel Gazlak takes a better first touch here, that's going to set him up perfectly with his right. And so at this moment, Cornell realizes, hey, look, let me now go towards the near post because he's not a left-footed player. And so Cornell takes away that option at the near post and comes up with a big save here, and the ball falls right to Ty Baribo. But again, we'll look at it one more time. Just not the greatest defending on a set piece, like I said. It's a touch right there, and that messes up Daniel Gazlak. So Cornell does a good job taking away the angle, but it's got to be better there. And there's so many little chances for the Union in this game, and the chances that they did create, they just weren't able to put in the back of the net. And this was the Union's last real chance. Again, Jack McGlynn with another excellent ball, this time into Quinn Sullivan, and he's got to hit this first time. Tries to chip it over Cornell. Cornell does a good job coming off his line, and that's one that Quinn would love to have back. He has the pace to get by the defenders, but too many touches here on this play. Again, just an excellent ball. Jack McGlynn, so many great passes you saw from him in this game. Right there, touch. The touch was a little bit heavy, but he's got to do a better job just one time finishing that, and we'll see that just one more time. And this you thought was the moment for the Union. Great run by Quinn Sullivan, gets in behind the back line. Daniel Gazlak draws the defenders out, and his touch, a little bit too heavy, but it's one that Quinn would love to have back. Finally, we'll take a look at the saves by Andrew Rick, 5 of them total in this game. And then at the end, we'll look at a chance by Elias Manuel, who should have put Red Bull up 1-0 later on in this match. So the first chance in this game for Red Bull that was dangerous, going to come here in the 22nd minute. Really good save here by Andrew Rick. Probably his biggest save of the game, you could argue. Definitely in the first half. And so you can see Red Bull just, taking their time. Union do a good job trying to close down this ball, not allowing Red Bull to play through the middle. So here's a direct ball over the top towards the back line. Great touch there by Van Zier, and that's a huge save there by Andrew Rick. Go ahead and see that again. The ball played up top, gets in behind the Union's back line. Good touch. Andrew Rick does such a good job coming off his line, making himself big. Why not one more time? Just really good positioning by Andrew Rick, which I think was probably the biggest thing I noticed for him in this game. Positionally, really, really good. Second chance here for the game for Red Bulls comes in the 30th minute. Red Bull just do a good job, just these quick passes, and Union allow this ball to go out wide here. Tolkien with the cross in, and this is going to be an easy save here for Andrew Rick. And he told us after the game, he believed most of the saves were just, basic saves. And this play right here, this was a huge moment in this game where Cameron Harper, who we have highlighted here, we're going to just go ahead and track him. Leon Flock and Kai Wagner, both of these guys playing on the left side of the field, and so both of them late to getting back. And so you can see I have the midfield highlighted there, and Gazlak, McGlynn, and Flock, and then the back line because the Union were playing 3 in the back, 5 in the back when they're defending. You can already see that the two players for the Red Bulls wide open here on the right-hand side. Cameron Harper is going to be the one coming away with the shot. But because the Union aren't able to collect this ball on the left side of the field, it allows Red Bulls to break. And because you had Wagner, you had Leon Flock out of position, you had no holding midfielder here. And so there's just yards of space for Red Bulls to run into. And that means that one of the 3 center backs that the Union are playing with, it's going to be Damian Lowe on this play. They have to step to the ball, slow it down. And so Damian Lowe slows him down. There's a pass to 2v1, and that's a huge save there by Andrew Rick. Go ahead and just look at that one more time. And just good passing here. Unfortunately, Leon Flock can't win that ball, and just Red Bulls break on the attack. And Damian Lowe out of position here because he had a step, and it's a huge save there by Andrew Rick. And we'll see it one more time here. Just out of position, Leon Flock and Kai Wagner. Damian Lowe has to step, and now you have 2 guys wide open. It's a good pass in, and an excellent save there by Andrew Rick. And I love this. Jacob Listens at the end of the play just gave Andrew Rick a pump-up hug, and you saw Andrew Rick, just encouraging his teammates, very vocal. This was a huge game for Andrew Rick. And this play right here, a couple things I want to point out in the 87th minute. You have three players for the Union ball watching: Jacob Glesnes, Nate Harriel, Alejandro Bedoya. And Bedoya is assuming that this ball is going to go out, and so you can actually see him walk away expecting this to be a goal kick. But Manuel keeps this in play, and Red Bulls react to it first. And so you have two guys wide open inside the 18-yard box. The backheel pass comes in right here. Touch, and that's a huge save there by Andrew Rick. And the Union, I mean, they catch a huge break, and we saw in Chicago a lot of pressure built against the Union. I mean, they gave up 3 goals in the last 10 minutes of the game, and so, the pressure towards the end of the game is nothing new for the Union, and you felt for a moment there, especially late on, and we'll see this huge chance by Manuel after this save here by Andrew Rick. You felt like the Union were probably going to concede just because of all the pressure that Red Bulls was bringing. You can see here, there's good defending by Glesnes on Manuel, and this is an easy save, a routine save there by Andrew Rick, but this is the chance I was talking about. Red Bulls should have scored here. Good passing, bad positioning by the Union. Great ball played in, and Manuel's got to put that one on target. I mean, he knows it. I mean, just watch, and we'll try to slow it down. Let's see if I can slow it down. I mean, that's a huge missed opportunity right there. One more time. It's a good ball played out wide. Kai Wagner, you got to be quicker closing down. I mean, that ball, wow. I mean, very, very lucky that the Union don't concede that. I mean, that's a huge opportunity. It's a huge chance created by Red Bulls. You got to put that in the back of the net. Union come away with a point. They end the 5-game losing streak, but very, very fortunate, as you can see there. It's one that Red Bull should have been taking all 3 points.